I think maybe I'll start with Salah because he's obviously blanked in his last two games in terms of no goals and assists, and there's been a lot of talk online saying, "Oh, this is Salah's inevitable post-Christmas fall-off," which is a myth really. But do you think that kind of do you think Salah blanking will kind of be something that the owners are keeping an eye on, the people who make the contract decisions? Because obviously he's into his 30s, he's not getting any younger. And I'm not saying that, he's declining now just because he blanked in two games, because I thought he played relatively well against Brentford. But obviously it's just the longer this goes on, the more those kind of like questions will be asked.
It's definitely something Liverpool have to factor in terms of, will we see some decline in the second parts of seasons? Is that something that's going to become more pronounced at age? But I think it is kind of over-egged for me, in terms of definitely last season it was a factor, but it came off the back of having an injury and going to AFCON, and that caused him a lot of problems. But I think post-AFCON slumps from him have been a thing. And that, again, that's something Liverpool have to factor in the contract talks and in terms of what they give him. But in general seasons where he doesn't go to AFCON, I don't feel that that's a massive issue. And obviously, you are going to get a couple of games where he doesn't provide a goal or assist when he's been doing it every game for kind of 12, 13 games on the bounce, was it? So that's going to happen. That's going to be natural. But, he set up 7 chances, is it, against Brentford? I think he, takes 2 or 3 shots. He's not struggling for getting himself in position to make things happen. And if you do that, it's like any underlying number. You know that he's going to deliver on that eventually. And so, Ipswich, I doubt they're going to kind of be leaving him free, thinking that, well, he's in his post-Christmas slump or anything like that. He'll see this as a real chance to get goals. So, I think that's kind of, we hear too much about that sort of thing. And I've not got any concerns about him. And I'm sure Liverpool will, as I say, factor into their contract talks in terms of what he's like post-AFCON, and there will be one coming up soon. But yeah, from his perspective, I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot of goals from him between now and the end of the season.
Yeah. Also a first clean sheet, so that's probably something that Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold will be pleased about. Do you think there's going to be any movement anytime soon with those two, or do you think that we still just have to be really, really patient?
Yeah, it's just one of those, and it's the same with every contract or every signing. Is a lot of these things can just happen very, very quickly as it goes from us not knowing it's done to suddenly bang. It's the moment they agree these things, and I know this for a fact, they end up on the club's website within a couple of hours. So it can happen very, very suddenly that it comes about. And yeah, we're not hearing any major updates at the moment outside of knowing that the talks are ongoing. Just got to kind of hang in there and hope it's a positive update soon.